the latest. Thank you for your love and support. I appreciate you all. We know the black general that came out to tell us that all in all, the savior, the protector, the unifier, the messiah, the king of kings, the most loved, is using the mineral resources in Burkina Faso to protect himself, as if the resources in Burkina Faso belong to Yolo Popo. So, we all have been reacting, and both in Africa and in the diaspora, people are reacting to this. According to the people that spoke, we need to rise up and protect Captain Ibrahim Traore. That the last time we saw this thing happen, before we realized our prophet Gaddafi was gone. And it is the same thing that they are trying to do right now. So we have to be vigilant, protect our all in all. Everybody is rising against what these people are saying, except ECOWAS and the African Union. These are two organizations, especially ECOWAS, that recently sent the president of Ghana, John Dramani Mahama, to visit the three brothers and make sure they reunite them into the bloc. And we expect that by now, as the United States of America has come out to target Captain Ibrahim Traore, if no other nation will speak, G will speak, because it was their president that was sent to meet Captain Ibrahim Traore. If we cannot collectively defend ourselves, then what is the unity? What is the brotherly love that we always preach and lie to ourselves? If Captain Ibrahim Traore is targeted in Africa, it means every other African leader is targeted. But that is what the African leader haven't realized, because these people design colors and grouped us in. We believe that what is happening in Burkina Faso is not happening in my country. So for that matter, I am not involved. So we always allow all these things to go by for these people to continue to have upper hand on us. And until the African sees the brother's problem to be his problem, will never move forward.
Ibrahim Traore, the Burkina Faso president. I have to say I was very, very disappointed. Very, very disappointed to hear that Burkina Faso citizens abroad were protesting against his government. How can you protest against someone who is effectively changing geopolitics in Africa? How can you effectively say that you are protesting against Ibrahim Traore? What has urged me to respond on this platform is because someone wrote to me through my people asking me to address the Ibrahim Traore situation. It is clear to me that there is an issue with his leadership. And when I say an issue, not necessarily an issue, but people are worried and concerned about how he is conducting and making sure that he effectively caters for Burkina Faso citizens. I don't see anything wrong with that. I don't seem to understand why Burkina Faso citizens abroad were protesting if it wasn't because you have been paid to protest. He, in my view, from what we can gather, has had 18 assassination attempts. That is a world record. 18 assassination attempts. And I'm talking about fake assassinations. 18 assassination attempts. That is worrying. I'm calling on all African leaders to do what we can to protect Ibrahim Traore. I know that not all African leaders support the way he has taken over power. But it is clear to me, and it is clear to those who want to get rid of him, and those protesting, and those who support him, that he is very, very effective as a leader. And I am supporting Ibrahim Traore all the way. All the way. I would not repeat this. Ibrahim Traore has all my support. And to all Burkina Faso citizens, both abroad and in your country, make sure you fall behind your leader. What we are experiencing in Africa is great. He's changing geopolitics for the better. and for those who are planning assassination attempts and assassination coups, it will not work. It will not work. Africa must protect Ibrahim Traore. Thank you.
France would not leave Burkina Faso alone in peace. It is painful. It is understandable that Burkina Faso had stopped all those multi-billions France had been exploiting them from in the last God knows how long. I understand it is painful. Ibrahim Traore had put a stop to that. And France is going broke. France is angry. France is pissed off. We understand that. But leave the poor, innocent country alone. Let the Burkina Faso citizen, the Burkinabe people, let them deal with their own problem. Okay? Leave the country alone. France had also refused to return multi-million dollars worth of gold that belonged to Burkina Faso. They refused to return those gold. So, on what account do we put those? On what account are we going to put that on? Return the gold that belonged to Burkina Faso. They need the gold. They need them. Please, France, return the gold back to Burkina Faso.
America, I love reporting about Burkina Faso and Ibrahim Traore. It makes my day. It brings life to me, joy to the world, I must say.
Every time Africa tries to rise, there's always some type of narrative that gets pushed. And this time, we're not buying it. In 2 years, this man done this. I could be here all day. 37 years old, youngest president in Africa right now. He's got the whole of Africa behind him. So what does the West do? They send in someone who looks like us. And in this new case, it's this man. Saying how Ibrahim Traore is stealing gold, saying all types of stuff. In short, they want him killed. We know the play already. We saw this with Obama and Gaddafi. We saw this countless of times in the past. Because in short, he's saying, we don't need you. You need us. And the West is not liking that. And he's starting to become a real problem. Because other African countries are starting to wake up and say, hold on a minute. We need to start following in his footsteps to ensure all of this is disrupting the West and them leeching onto Africa's wealth and whatnot. So what did they do? Like I said, send in the guy who looks like us to do the job. So yeah, man, God needs to protect this guy because they're coming for him and they're not gonna stop.
Man, so let's get to it. U.S. Army General says Ibrahim Traore is using Burkina Faso gold to protect himself. This is a cotton-picking fucking lie. This is a fucking lie. And they're using a fucking Sambo, General Langley, that's a commander of African, to do this shit. This is the same play they used when it came to Gaddafi. They used Obama, to get rid of Gaddafi. This is the same fucking play. Now all these lies is coming out about Ibrahim Traore. One thing Ibrahim Traore did was liberate his people, kick the fucking French out of this fucking country, and liberate his people and making this country independent outside of the fucking West. Come on, man, we ain't finna go for this shit. So U.S. government wants to arrest Captain Ibrahim Traore. AFRICOM accused Traore of using Burkina Faso's gold for protection. This is a fucking lie. This is the same play that they used against Gaddafi. And if you got this Sambo right here, they always put a black man, to go do some shit, when it comes to Africa. Like, no, we're not falling for that shit no more. This is the same play they did with Gaddafi. And they're using the Sambo once again to do this shit, all because Burkina Faso want to be liberated and be independent on their fucking own. Didn't Trump say he want everybody to hold their own nuts? Didn't Trump say he only for America only? So why the fuck you worried about what's going on in Burkina Faso? Why you worried about their gold? And not only Burkina Faso, but you got Niger and Mali, that liberate themselves and don't want nothing to do with the West. They want to build their countries up. What the fuck is wrong with that? So right now, I ain't fucking with Trump, the administration, and I most definitely ain't fucking with this Sambo until further notice. I want to see how this shit play out. We not finna let this shit slide, thinking that y'all finna influence us to believe that, our brothers and sisters over there, Burkina Faso is doing something wrong. But only thing they want to do is build an economic and a political power structure outside of the West. They don't want to deal with the West no more. What is the problem? We ain't letting this shit slide. I don't give a fuck what nobody's talking about. If you don't like what I'm saying, unfollow me right now. I'm not fucking with Trump right now, the administration, none of that shit, you know what I'm saying, until further fucking notice, until we see how this shit play out. Because what you're not gonna do is lie to us and go over there, you know what I'm saying, destroy those countries like y'all did Gaddafi in Libya. This is the same playbook they used on Gaddafi with Obama, and now they're using this Sambo right here, you know what I'm saying, to do the same fucking thing. When Ibrahim Traore is liberating his people all around the board and trying to build an economic and a political power structure for Burkina Faso. Also, Mali and motherfucking Niger with their peoples. But the thing is, they building a bank, independent bank, and now the West and French, they salty, you know what I'm saying, because they can't motherfucking have a bank, you know what I'm saying, in that region no more. Or they can't motherfucking, you know what I'm saying, take all the resources from that region anymore, they gold, all their minerals and everything. No, we ain't going for that shit no more, man. Trump, I ain't fucking with you. MAGA, I ain't fucking with y'all. I ain't never fucking with y'all, period, like that. And motherfucking the whole administration, I ain't fucking with it until further notice. And that's how I'm bombing, that's how I'm fucking rocking, man.
No wonder they said Ivory Coast was involved, because the people were hiding in Ivory Coast. And we know our all-in-alls have also come out to tell us how Ivory Coast and Benin have allowed themselves to be used against the AES. And these same people are in the ECOWAS bloc. So why would ECOWAS issue a statement? Why would AU issue a statement when we are told, according to reports, that their meetings are always sponsored by Yellow Purple? So until when will the African fight or do what they say? Must we continue to be doing the talking? Must we always be the ones that these people will use against our own selves for their own benefit? These people, as I tell you all the time, are fighting to continue with the colonial legacy their forefathers left, and they are using us just like their forefathers. Until date, the African is still allowing himself to be used by these same people to fight our progress. And when we are done, we come out and tell ourselves, lie to ourselves, how beautiful we are doing everything possible to get African freedom. But the freedom of Africa will not come on a silver platter. The freedom of Africa will not come by speech. And the freedom of Africa will not come by betrayal. We can never betray ourselves and expect that we will move forward as a people, and expect that the other races will take us serious as a people. Because whenever you want to do anything bad to the black man, use the brother. All you need is a few papers. When we see Yellow Purple's currency, we think that we have seen everything. But your silver, your gold, your diamond, your bauxite, your mag, all these mineral resources are very important and heavier than all these papers that they give to you. And that is the reason to which they are making sure that they will continue to keep you poor. Take your mind off your mineral resources, the value of it, so that they will keep on carrying them to their respective nations. See how they have made their place. And these are the places that our people are dying on the Mediterranean Sea to get there. Don't you want to see Africa like that? So when will you continue to be a hindrance to your own progress? We are made to believe that there is nothing in Africa. Yet why is it that Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso sacked these people and they don't want to give them peace? Why will we use our own mineral resources for our own benefit and these people will sit there and have a problem? Because these people are no longer getting the mineral resources cheap. They have a problem with the leaders. They started tagging them dictators. But we love these people because these people are not leading the people of Yellow Purple. Why are they having issues? We don't sit here and dictate the kind of leadership they have over there. Why are we allowing ourselves for these people to continue to tell us who we are and the kind of leadership we should have? Why do we always need validation from these people before we know that we can do things on our own? Shame on us, Africans, and especially those who said they are leading the African. You can never love unity when you keep betraying your brother, when you keep selling your brother out for ink and paper. It is a wake-up call, and we are ready to protect our heroes. Africans now know that we are one people, and will continue to support and protect whoever rises up to give us the freedom that we are looking for. One thing they have forgotten is their old tactics will not continue to be yielding the same result that they want. We are no longer like the time of Muammar Gaddafi, that we will be the ones that will take our own profit for them. We are also tired of slavery because they know when we rise up, they are going to fall. But Africa must rise because we also want to take our rightful place on this earth. We are not born poor and will not continue to sing the stories of poverty. If Africa is poor, then let them stay in their rich countries and leave us alone. United we stand, divided we fall, and united we keep standing forever and ever. The greatest enemy of the African is mental slavery. So let's decolonize ourselves from mental slavery. Let's keep sharing to educate our brothers and sisters. Together we make Africa great for ourselves and the next generations that are going to come. So that's the latest around the world, in Africa, and in the diaspora.